Hello and welcome back to Brand DevOps. I'm back again with another KodeKloud engineer tutorial. Today we are in AWS. Our scenario is the Nautilus DevOps team has been tasked with demonstrating the use of VPC peering to enable communication between two VPCs. One VPC will be a private VPC that contains a private EC2 instance, while the other will be the default public VPC containing a publicly accessible EC2 instance. All right. There's already existing instance in the public right here. That's the existing instance. This is the private VPC information. This is the subnet in the private VPC and the existing EC2 instance that's in a private VPC. They want us to create a peering named Data Center VPC peering. We need to configure the route tables to enable communication between the two VPCs, and then we need to test the communication by enabling SSH via public key on the public EC2 and see that we can ping the private VPC, or rather the EC2 that's in the private VPC. So let's get started. In the AWS portal, we'll look for VPCs. And we can go to your VPCs. And these are our VPCs that we're using here. So in order to create a peering, we need to go to peering connections and create peering. And they want us to call this data center VPC. All right. And we'll be using the default VPC to connect to the private VPC. Let me go ahead and switch these. All right. And I'll just copy this right here. And we'll create peering. All right, so in order for the peering to be created, we have to accept the request. And now we have a peering. And as you can see, the status is active. All right. So now we need to go to the route table and configure the route between the two so they can know how to talk to each other. So let's find the route table that's on the private VPC and we will edit the route. And we're going to use the public VPC CIDR range, and we're going to allow that route to be accessed by the peering connection. And we'll click save. Okay. Go back to route tables and we'll go to the default route, the one that's on the default VPC, edit the route, and we will come over here. And this is the existing VPC, so we'll take this CIDR range here and add a route to it using the same peering connection. No, wrong. Something's happened. I paste that. Peering connection and save. All right, that's looking good. That's looking good. All right. So now we can go to our EC2 instances and make sure that we have the proper permissions to allow us over there. I'm going to take the CIDR range again and copy that. Go to EC2 instances. Instances. Go to private EC2. Go to security, and we will configure the security group. Edit inbound. So we're going to add a rule, and we'll say all traffic from this site range is allowed to communicate with this EC2 instance. All right. And we can go back to instances, go to public EC2 now. And we will edit the inbound rules. And we're going to add a rule here that says SSH is allowed from the internet. Save that. Great. I'm just going to take the private IP address of the private instance. I'm going to connect to the public data center, and I'll connect through the portal. Let's give that a second to pop up. All right, so we can just test the ping for connection to our private EC2 instance. As you can see, it works just fine, but we need to configure access from the Azure AWS client. So what we're going to do is copy our keys over. So that will be cat root SSH. We'll copy this. And in our terminal, we will say the SSH device keys. We'll just paste that here. Save. Right. Get the private IP address again. Actually, no. What I need is public IP address of our public instance, and we will say SSH user paste. Alright, so now we are in our instance, and we can go and ping the private IP address, which we already know works because we did it already. And as you see, everything is perfectly paired and connected. So I'll just stop that here, and we will go ahead and validate the task in KodeKloud. All right, there you have it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I have a lot more videos coming, so make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.